Okay, hi there. Um, this is Lou Martin. I'm a channel and a spiritual counselor and a intuitive and psychic reader. And thank you for joining me tonight or on YouTube here whenever you like. This is an experiment to see how it all works here. So at the moment, I'm you know, on my own here. So I'll just dive in and get started. You can find my information about spirituality and spiritual awakening and empowerment and channeling and the law of attraction and all these very important topics. If you go to my Facebook pages, I think I've got 4 of them at this point. My homepage is just Lou Martin or Lightheart 2012, and you can also go to. I've got a brand new page to book sessions, which I do via Skype, called Spiritual Counseling Intuitive Readings, and then I've got a page called Channeling the Pleiadians, and I've got a page called Awakening Infinite You. So if you're interested in what I do, you can definitely find more information there. Basically, I'll just give you a brief history of how I got to be working and living in this way, and wanting to do a Google Hangout with people that are interested in what I have to share. You know, after a long and difficult period during my 20s of a lot of soul searching, I began to meditate, which I had learned to do as a teenager in high school, and during meditation, and I was also working in a spiritual bookstore, and during a meditation one evening in Venice Beach, I had what is called a Kundalini awakening, and that was the beginning of my awareness that spirit is real, and that there is you know, more to the universe than our physical third-dimensional reality. And very shortly after that, we had a planetary event in August of 1987 called the Harmonic Convergence, which I was involved with, and my experience at that time introduced me to one of my favorite teachers, and that's a spirit guide named Lazarus. So I worked with Lazarus for the next 5 years in classes and workshops, and during that time I was also introduced to other spirit guides and other spiritual teachers. Dr. Peebles is one of them, who was a human being, and rather the exception of the spirit guides right now. Mostly they're beings of light. And then we come to the Pleiadians, who I experienced through Barbara Marciniak, who many of you are familiar with. So I took a class in opening to channel from another teacher, not from Barbara, and I learned to channel, to be conscious channel, to work with the energies of my intuition and my imagination and my mind, and to bring through energy messages, ideas, yeah, and to begin to work with clients and students in this way. So that's been the last 20 years of my life up until today, and actually May, the first day of May here, is a bit of an anniversary. It was during May in 1992 that I so about whatever that is, 22 years, yeah, something like that. I started to work with this energy in particular, and I've had the great privilege of traveling all over the world and living all over the world and working all over the world with extraordinary people who are part of this spiritual awakening that is taking place in our lifetimes. So if you are tuned into channeling or the Pleiadians or interested in any of those subjects, then you've come to the right place. There's a lot of wonderful channelers, and there's going to be an explosion of people channeling, I believe, over the next few years, because it's a skill that anyone can learn to do. And um, so um, by practicing getting out of your own way, you can learn to channel as well. And basically, of course, there are many spirit guides and teachers and angels and beings of light and loved ones who have passed over, and on it goes, who are interested and available to work with us, uh, to work with humanity during this time. So it is an extremely exciting time, you know, um, and the explosion of resources and tools and techniques and meditations and all of this is really, I believe, just going to uh, grow and expand exponentially over the next few years. I'm a student of astrology, and I've done many readings with people. Most of my readings don't include astrology, but I've used it as a resource from time to time. And a lot of you are probably familiar with the Grand Cross of April that we have just been through, and the square of Pluto and Uranus. So basically, what I want to talk about is the unconscious, and how during this time, 2014, it seems to be a time of digging deep into the unconscious. If there are unhealed or unforgiven or unencountered wounds or fears or judgments or pain, it seems to be now that the spirit of humanity is really in a massive acceleration to bring all that up and to let that go. And in my own life, I've shared this on other videos. I was cruising along really pretty nicely for several years, living here in Ireland, and the last year was really a bit of a whirlwind, and it's only the last month or so that things have started to come back to anything like normal, but for me. But what I want to say is that it's really cleaned me out of a lot of unconscious fears and old wounds and compromises within my own integrity and a deeper commitment to honesty and vulnerability. So all of that it's been a lot of the energy of Chiron, if you're familiar with that. So all of that has been extremely demanding, and yet thankfully all is well, and in many ways it's as I say, I'm coming back into the daylight after a very dark time. So I'm profoundly grateful, and I do want to talk about gratitude, and I want to talk about opening the heart, and I want to talk about living more deliberately, more intentionally, more consciously, more joyously. If you are not familiar with Abraham Hicks or Esther Hicks or Spirit Guide Abraham, definitely encourage you to look at them. They are also seeing their work just explode. I was on Pinterest, which I enjoy. Last time I was on it, and somebody was sharing that you know, they have a board. Pinterest is where you can pull sorry, pictures of anything and anyone basically, and organize them. It's kind of a cosmic vision board. So the email I was reading from somebody was talking about how they and their partner have a couple boards that are dedicated to Abraham, and how they have like 30,000 followers for their boards that are focused on the work of Abraham. So Abraham, you know, is a wonderful enlightened teacher and spirit guide who is basically, you know, as they say, go ahead and ask your question because we only have one answer, is always talking about opening the heart, honoring our feelings, trusting ourselves, being aware of our connection to Source. That Source is experienced as the vibrations of love, joy, appreciation, and gratitude. When we feel any of those emotions, or when we take a nap, which is what I just did before beginning to record this tonight, or when we meditate, which, as I say, I'm doing more regularly than at any time in my life. When we do these things that open us up and connect the mind to the heart, then yeah, we come back to remembering more clearly who we are. When we're in our heads, when we're in our egos, when we're struggling, when we're confused, when things aren't working the way we want them to or the way we've expected them to, you know, all of that, any of that throws us back into ourselves. So it's a time of the heart. Lazarus talks about this as the year of gratitude. Abraham's talked for years about the importance of gratitude. You know, so anything we can do. My minister in LA, where I studied spiritual counseling, Michael Beckwith, you know, has a phrase of blissdiscipline, a blissful discipline. Anything we can do to feel good, to open our hearts, to appreciate, to love, to be grateful. That's important. That's helpful. So I want to give you a few encouragements and a few tools and techniques to help you on your path here. And thank you for the opportunity to share my story with you. And then I'll channel my guides and leave them to it, because they have their own agenda. So channeling and spirit guides and opening the heart and meditating and power naps and feeling good feels good and you know, these kinds of things. Basically anything, the feminine and the masculine, balanced in each of us, striving for balance in each of us. I can talk about that a little bit here, but anything that brings us back into, oh, I have a viewer, hello. I wonder, is that Jesse? Anything that brings us back into balance with ourselves, between the heart and the mind, is going to be helpful, is going to be powerful, is going to be self-loving and self-nurturing. You know, I listened to Bashar, who I love, and I spoke with when I lived in LA a few times, had that wonderful experience. I listened to Cryon. I listened to, as I say, Lazarus, Dr. Peebles, Oren, these are the teachers I find most helpful at the moment, and then I listen to my own guidance and work with my own guides. What I want to say here also is that because it's such a intense, energetic time, there's a lot of activity going on with the sun um, and with the earth. Um, it's very important. That's one of the themes here as well today, is to give ourselves time and space and permission to reground into the earth, to put our heart into the earth. We'll do that as a meditation here at some point. To appreciate the earth, to appreciate life, to appreciate the things we have, our homes, our friends, our work, our living situations, etc., etc. Um, you know, again, for me, with all of this, it's kind of like I'm a little bit on a different schedule than the rest of the world about some of these things. Not all of it. I see an explosion of great teachers here in Ireland and in other places as well. People in their 20s and 30s, really coming into their power, finding their voices, believing in their worth in ways that I still strive to feel and to achieve, and knowing who they are and just really clear about their purpose. So I really salute them. But I'm basically saying here that the message, from my guides to anyone who wants to listen, is that this is a time of awakening, of empowerment, of activation, of healing. And it's really important that we just be as honest with ourselves as possible, get as clear with ourselves as possible. Learn to focus on the things that we are really passionate about and care about, and really deepen our connection to spirit. So there's connecting to the earth, connecting to our own heart space, connecting to our soul and spirit. I'm learning a lot about the soul from Oren right now, and how unconditional and how powerful and how helpful working with the soul can be. Working with my soul has started to become for me. And of course, each of us has and is working towards living as and knowing ourselves as our higher self. So the soul is our connection to spirit. Our higher self is the embodiment of that connection to spirit. And I also want to just say that it takes, whoops, lost you, great courage and great willingness to trust yourself, on this path. It takes great humility. Oh, got you back. It takes great humility to follow this path as well. So, la 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 la. I hope you can hear me. I hope if you have a question, you have some way of asking that. This is just me getting started here, so hopefully I'll learn more about it as I go on. But I'm really excited by the possibility of getting to connect with people in this way, and being more available to work with people, via Hangouts, via Skype, via all the tools and technology that's out there. So let's see if I have anything else I can share here before I start channeling for you, about 20 after. Yeah, that's probably probably about it. Um, you know, when I work with people, I work intuitively and energetically, and I say a prayer of intention, spiritual mind treatment, prayer of intention, to clear the energies, to clear the space, and to open my intuition and open my client's intuition as well. And that just seems like, you know, I want to talk about synchronicity, I want to talk about telepathy, I want to talk about, you know, opening to the gifts of healing and teaching, that again is there for anyone who's interested, you know, and serious. Um, you know, the dance that we do between our inner self and our private lives and our relationships and our communities and the world and the cosmos, you know, all of that is changing very quickly, obviously, not only with the internet and technology like this, but also within the internet inside of us, you know, with all the cosmic rewiring that's happening in the brain and in the heart. You know, what I have experienced in hundreds of sessions and hundreds of classes is that, you know, people are really hungry and thirsty, you know, as I am, for wisdom and for love and for compassion and for space to forgive ourselves and to be forgiven, and for greater intimacy with ourselves and with the love of spirit, with all that is. And I know absolutely, you know, one of the things that Abraham teaches is that, you know, God always says yes. So if there's, you know, and then the challenge is, you know, excuse me, can I become the vibration that matches the yes that God has immediately granted, you know, and can I line up with that, and can I realize that? And I was just listening to Bashar earlier talk about how, you know, we think that this cup of tea is real because it's here in physical 3D, and you know, that's what makes it real. But what actually makes it real, of course, is that, you know, metaphysically, the cup of tea has always existed and will always exist. What makes it real in this present moment is my my ability to believe it, you know, my ability to accept it, and so, and my ability to trust it. So these are the two stages I also want to talk about in terms of manifesting, being crystal clear with the desire, and usually this has to do with knowing what we want, as my guides say, wanting what we want, and letting it be okay to want what you want. You know, those steps there, and then just really allowing the imagination, the emotions, the mind, the emotional body, the spirit, the heart, all of us, the five senses, you know, to really allow it to be, you know, believed on every level, to create a hologram of it, a third-dimensional picture of it, and sense of it, an emotional blueprint of it, and then to just completely let it go. And so, you know, some of you are brilliant at that. Some of you are still learning about that, as I am, and some of you are amazing yourselves every day that things can get easier and easier. I'm certainly seeing that. You know, I'm certainly seeing that the inner work that I do every day. I start my morning with meditations and journaling. You know, I set clear intentions for the day. I'm grateful. and thankful. I listen to or say or write a prayer. You know, these kinds of energies. I feed my subconscious, mind, feed the emotional body. You know, what it is I want to call forth. And as I do that, then a path opens up. I step into a vibration. I get filled up. I literally feel filled up with that process, and then I just navigate energetically into experiencing my day in that way. And as I do that, things happen out of the blue in the way I least expected, better than I've imagined possible, as my guides say. The other thing I want to talk about here in terms of receiving, opening to receive, knowing our worth, being available, believing in magic and miracles, taking our power back, trusting ourselves, trusting our guidance from spirit, from soul, from the higher self, from the divine, from source, from God, goddess, all that is. Is usually it's two steps up and one step back. Usually it's imagining something, looking for something, expecting something, planning something, hoping for something, wanting something, wishing for something, and then giving ourselves just enough space to let it go, so that it can actually manifest as our experience. We can create whatever we believe. We can create whatever we desire. We can create whatever we're in love with. And the universe wants to teach us and help us to do that. I'm just going to close my little window here. Okay. So, thank you. So, let me just say a few words about that, and then I'll start to channel here. We know our oneness with Source before we come into a body, and before we have one lifetime, let alone dozens of lifetimes, maybe more. In some lifetime, we know that we're going to begin to awaken, and in one lifetime we know we're going to wake up and stay awake. We're going to become enlightened. We're going to remember deeply enough, clearly enough, that we are a part of all that is, and not separate, and not less than, and not but just an extension of, an expression of, the embodiment of that love. And for this, for a lot of people in the world right now on the earth, this could be that lifetime. This is that lifetime. And that's a very exciting and a daunting thought together, because it's something that we have wanted with all of our hearts for a long time, and maybe I'm just speaking from my own experience here, and it's something that has seemed almost impossible. The Pleiadians have a great phrase. They say it's impossible until it's inevitable, and the quantum leap, or the shift in consciousness, or the growth into a larger experience of who we are, any of those things show us that it is possible. So I just want to say that the little miracles, of the parking space, or getting the bills paid, or the problem solved, or the illness healed, or the relationship mended, to our human mind, they might seem very trite and pedestrian and uninteresting, really, in the dramatic and larger scheme of things. But to our soul and spirit, which we experience really through our heart, um, they are not irrelevant at all. Every detail, every thought, every feeling, every idea, every concept, every choice, every decision, everything we do is of great importance to spirit where we're concerned. So I just want to offer that as well, that if in your growth, in your path, in your spiritual search, and in your work, if you're a healer or a teacher or a reader or an astrologer, any of these things, to really, if this hasn't come up before, to really begin to understand that, you know what you know, not by accident, but as a part of the grand design of what Lazarus calls the great work. And there definitely is a plan for humanity to awaken spiritually and to create a new experience of life on Earth during this lifetime. Maybe it'll be over the next few years. Maybe it'll be over the next few decades. Everyone has their map and their idea of what's possible and what's probable and what's inevitable. You are here to decide what you believe, how deeply you believe it, and whether it's true for you now. And so whatever you can do in your life to find and follow your heart and to honor and express and respect your own truth, that has a big impact on your path and your journey and your service and your impact on the rest of the world. So again, maybe I'm just reminding myself of what's important, of what I've learned again over the last year. It's definitely for me a time in my life of making my commitment as total as I can, in every area, every day, and enjoying it, that's the freedom. The Pleiadians say partial commitment, partial freedom, total commitment, total freedom. Total commitment to what? To my understanding of what's Neil's phrase? The greatest dream, the greatest vision, the greatest adventure, the greatest love, the greatest freedom, the greatest abundance that my heart can dream, and to devote myself to that, to give myself to that, and to be available for that. So that's probably enough for me. Thanks for that part of it. It's about 30 minutes left in my time here, and I'm going to just keep with that. I wish that I had more than one here, but I'm grateful for the first time of doing this, and whoever's listening, I hope you're enjoying it. And I'd love to be able to answer any questions, so I'll have to work on that. So I'm going to channel my guides here, and as I said, everyone has all these connections to spirit, and everyone has the ability to open our hearts and to give ourselves to spirit. So if we will do that as often as possible, then spirit, will just step in to that space, the space for grace, as they say, and assist us, help us, give us clarity, give us healing, give us inspiration. So I'm going to leave it there for the moment, and come back and say thank you in a bit. Once again, my work is available on Facebook at Lou Martin, or Spiritual Counseling, Intuitive Readings, or Channeling the Pleiadians. Thanks very much. So go ahead and close your eyes and take a deep breath. All right, dear ones. Yeah, here we go. Yeah? Yeah, well, we're recording this anyway here, so on audio, so we trust that, yeah, things are going to sort themselves out here on video. Dear friends, if you'd imagine, yeah, in this meditation here, in this interaction, if you'd imagine 7 stars spiraling down through time and space, yeah, and touching the crown of your head and taking a nice deep breath, yeah? And just feel a bit of quickening, a bit of energy, a bit of excitement, yeah, as it spirals through you, through the 7 centers, down into the legs there, and out the feet, dear friends, and down into Mother Earth, yeah? Spiraling all the way down, 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 from above, through the self, into Mother Earth, yeah? And dear ones, yeah? We want to say thank you, yeah, for the opportunity to take a moment here out of, yeah, your normal routine, yeah, and to talk to you in this way. And what we want to say here is that so much of the work, yeah, in the world is right now, for the light workers, yourselves and many others here, is integrating, yeah. There are activations, yeah, when we bring our 7 stars through you, that's an activation. When you have an awakening, that's an activation. When something happens, a manifestation, that's a quickening, an activation, yeah. What you're deciding here, and in the next yeah, phase of life here for some time to come, yeah, is how to integrate, yeah, and the channel's doing his focus in that way. And dear ones, we want to say to you, it's a very new time here energetically. You've just gone through, yeah, our friend today used the analogy of a torrential rainstorm, yeah, and the channel is talking about the dark night of the soul there, or getting through the forest, this kind of an idea, yeah, the light at the end of the tunnel. They're all appropriate, yeah, because you have, yeah, your soul here has been knocking on the door of your heart, yeah, and asking for a greater permission within your mind, within your personality, within the ego, yeah, within your sense of self, to be more consciously connected to your own idea of spirit, to your own idea of yeah, a loving higher power, yeah, to your own idea of a spiritual empowerment, yeah. When we talk about 2014 here, we're talking about, and beyond, yeah, we're talking about the energies of spiritual leadership, of giving yourself time and space every day for peace, for connecting to the truth within you, yeah, to honor your inner self and to respect your emotions, and to allow yourself to open your heart, to love yourself, just, and to accept yourself, dear ones, exactly as you are right now, yeah? So powerful, so important, so helpful. Take a deep breath into that, yeah. I love and accept myself just as I am right now. I love and accept my life. I love and accept my spirit and my spirituality, my soul and higher self, and all the angels and all the guides. I love my life. I love life itself. I love my dreams and desires. I love all the good and all the grace that flows into my life right here and right now. And I am grateful and thankful, sincerely, truly, and deeply. I am grateful and thankful for this opportunity to know myself, to love myself, and to express the fullness and the wholeness that is my true spiritual nature. Thank you, higher self, Holy Spirit. Thank you, heart and soul. I let it be, and so it is. Take a breath into that. Yeah, and then let's take a moment here just simply to give thanks for Mother Earth, yeah, for the world, yeah, the beating heart, yeah, the living, breathing consciousness, yeah, that has called you forth into this powerful time, yeah, of awakening and of healing. And dear ones, of enlightened service, absolutely, yeah, to find and follow your heart, to love and support and inspire and uplift and empower and serve others to do the same, to earn their trust and respect by your truth and your teachings, yeah, to recognize, yeah, and realize and acknowledge, yeah, your own human limitations, so that you can work with them consciously. Yeah, you might say, yeah, Mother Earth and Holy Spirit, yeah, I'm needing a bit more financial flow in my life today. Thank you very much for this answered prayer. Yeah, and take a breath into it. Or Mother Earth and Spirit, I'm seeking greater energy and vitality and health and good feeling in my body. Thank you for guiding me in the direction of this desire. I'm truly, truly grateful. Breathing into that, yeah. Mother Earth, Holy Spirit, yeah, I surround myself with a bubble of light, and I bless, yeah, this earth in my sacred space right here and now. And I bless the food and the water and all the nurture and nourishment and happy tummies and smiling faces that this creates every day of my life. Take a breath into that. Mother Earth, Holy Spirit, from this sacred space within me, I bless the seasons and the weather and the wind, the fire, the water, the earth herself. I bless all the seasons and all the elements, and I declare and decree that I am in alignment, a harmonious balancer, and a human, yeah, gatekeeper for loving and blessing the earth, loving and being a guardian of the earth, loving and helping humanity through my own life to reconnect with the sacredness of life itself and the sacredness of the earth herself. I'm grateful and thankful. Take a breath into that. Conscious breathing, dear friends, is, yeah, you can let that go. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, yeah? Conscious breathing, dear friends, yeah? We'll do another meditation before we close. Conscious breathing is the greatest and the simplest tool, yeah? Because it slows you down. It gives you focus. It connects the mind and the heart and the body and the emotions, yeah? In this intense time of purification and activation and healing and all of it, yeah? There are going to be, as there have been, dear friends, some pretty emotional times, yeah? Some wild moments, yeah? Less and less for you personally, who are doing the work here of listening, trusting, and following your own inner guidance, and yeah, more and more still to come for those who are not ready, willing, or able to believe that things can be so simple or so easy or so much better than they have been. Dear friends, that's all right, yeah? Don't judge yourself, don't judge others, yeah? Be discerning, yeah? Be discriminating, yeah? Use your your perception, yeah, to decide what serves you and what doesn't serve you, how you can serve others and how you cannot serve them in any given moment. Of course, thankfully, dear ones, through prayer and intention and visualization and emotion, just as we've practiced here, excuse us, there really are there are no limits, yeah? And the more you practice that, the more you know that, yeah. And again here, that's the joy of this time, yeah, of deciding who you are, what you're about, what your passions are, what you believe in, what you care about, what you're committed to, yeah. How that might manifest, how that might come forth, how that might serve you, yeah. Although really we say what you want and what it's like to have what you want or to be who you want to be is really your part of the deal. How things manifest, when, the how and the when of things, that's more our purview. That's more spirit's, yeah, side of the street, if you like, yeah. So, but no, of course, please, absolutely, that things are going to what you've asked for. It's always yes. So the when and the how is just a question of your receptivity and your vibration and your openness, your trust, your acceptance, yeah, and the divine timing of things. Synchronicity, yeah. The greater the intimacy with yourself, with the truth in your own heart and soul and spirit, excuse us, the more synchronicity in your life, yeah, the more grace, the more peace, the more effortless ease, yeah, the more yeah, things happening of their own accord, yeah. So you have a profound impact on the world, as was said there. You have a profound impact and relationship, an intimate and synchronous, personal, sacred relationship here with Mother Earth. So, dear ones, whatever you can do in this time to deepen and open your relationship with Mother Earth, it may be to create a garden, and many of you do that, and that's wonderful. It may be to talk to your houseplants. The channel does that every day. Yeah, that's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, that's wonderful. It might just be to take your walks outside, yeah, in nature, and but just, dear ones, we want to help you to integrate here, as we said, by inviting you to more consciously and deliberately open your heart to the earth, open your heart to life, open your heart to nature, yeah. The more you can be in nature, of course, the happier you are in general, and the more you can listen to nature's whispers, nature's silence, nature's healing, nature's music, yeah, nature's whispers, yeah, all of it is a, yeah, another name for Mother Earth, of course, yeah. The more you can do that, the safer you're going to feel, the more deserving you're going to feel, the more intuitive and telepathic and psychic you're going to feel, the more creative you're going to feel, all of that, yeah? So, dear ones, we just want you to understand here that, oh goodness, there's many people, of course, living in cities, living in apartment flats, living kind of cut off from access to nature. Dear ones, that need not limit you, yeah, because of course your imagination, as far as your mind is concerned, your imagination is the same as your external reality. And you've seen this, if you've done any research, you've proven this to yourself. It's very true, yeah. So even if you have to, we're saying here, imagine yourself in a beautiful place in nature, yeah, do that. And dear ones, as you do that, yeah, so you will feel yourself there, and so in truth, you will be there, yeah. And it's the same for manifesting, it's the same for healing, and it's the same for opening to channel, yeah. Don't be impatient, don't be anxious, don't be fearful, yeah. What's a positive way to say that? Love the process. Be focused on the process and detached, trusting of, confident in the outcome. Yeah. What we also want to offer here is, as you love the earth, so you love your own spirit. Yeah. Yeah, you're part of all that is. You came here of your own free will. You're evolving at your own pace. You're healing and growing and changing and creating and loving and living in the way that suits you to the best of your ability every day of your life. Dear ones, stop judging your efforts. Stop demanding perfection. Stop reaching for the impossible and being disappointed when you fall short, which you always must if you do something that you cannot, if you try something that you cannot succeed at. Go slowly and steadily in the direction of your dreams and desires, and pay attention to how you feel every step of the way. Yeah. So to quote our friends here, it's essential that you enjoy your journey. The time of talking yourself into things is quickly coming to an end for you and your world. A time of real self-awareness, real empowerment, and thus greater freedom than you've ever imagined possible. All of that is what is on the horizon for you and for your world. Yeah. And you are the co-creators of it, and you are the bridge of it, and you are the vibrational landing place, the island of light in the sea of darkness of it. You are the hands and the heart of it. Yeah. So what you accept, what you believe, what you trust, that is true, that feels true to the core of your being, that you feel good about, that you feel inspired by, that you feel uplifted by, that you feel excited by, any of those positive energies, yeah, that is worthy of your trust. Yeah. What you struggle over or fear or judge yourself about or worry over, surrender it. Surrender it to Mother Earth, surrender it to Spirit. Surrender it, surrender it, surrender it. Yeah. We can only take from you those things that you're not in either denial of or attached to. Yeah. So often people are more attached. Yeah. This is what the channels learned here in the last year. Than they are willing to believe, and that's all right, because life is very faithful, and Mother Earth is very helpful, and Spirit also, in getting your attention. So pay attention to the whispers, pay attention to the synchronicities, pay attention to the signs, and dear ones, know every day that they're there for you, to guide you, and more, most of all, we want to say here, be grateful. Be grateful for your life. Be grateful for what you understand. Be grateful for what you're yet to discover. Be grateful for the opportunities that you are creating. Be grateful in advance for what it is you're wanting. If you've never had the love of your life, be grateful for that. If you've never had the health that you've always dreamt of or the strength, be grateful for that. If you've never known real safety or real freedom or real independence, be grateful for that. If you are looking to open the door of your heart to Spirit, to a whole new level of understanding, be grateful for that. Yeah? Dear ones, we are grateful for you, and we're grateful for the opportunity to be with you, and we will do so at every opportunity that you allow us to. Yeah. So the channel says, Phaedrus here, there's many guides, there's many forms of spirit, there's many forms of channeling, there's many varieties of Pleiadians. Yeah, we say, we're this kind. We're the kind that wants to be gentle and helpful, and feel our way with you into the deepest place in your heart of hearts, yeah, where your soul and spirit speaks, yeah, in silence, yeah, in music, yeah, in the whispers, yeah. Take a deep breath into your heart of hearts. You can put your hands on your chest once again if you like, in closing here, yeah, and then your heart, yeah. The heart beating in your chest, yeah. I know my soul and spirit is within me, in the heart of hearts, in my heart of hearts. I know the depth of myself, the deep love, the deep unconditional love that is my true nature and true spirit. I bring that into alignment now with the beating of my heart, the two together, in rhythm, in harmony. That Spirit is now taking dominion over my life, And now I listen to the heartbeat of the earth. In that place in my imagination, in that place in my mind, in that place where I love to go, a quiet spot at the garden, or the edge of the forest, or the walk that I love along the beach, I go there in my mind and I invite the heartbeat of the earth to come into harmony with my soul and spirit, my heart of hearts, and my own heartbeat, my own spirit, my own self, my body, my mind, my living and my life. And I let my life now be harmonized by the heartbeat of the earth as I sense it, feel it, hear it, and my soul and spirit deep within me. I let them all come together as one. 3 heartbeats coming together as one for a new world, a new earth, a new moment. The dawning of a new day, a new way to live, a more conscious way, an easier way, a more loving way. We bring our 7 stars down through time and space. Take a deep breath. Sitting in the 3 heartbeats, aligning to your soul and spirit, to yourself, to Mother Earth. Just stand in the doorway of a new world. Stand at the edge, the border, and imagine that which you are asking for. What is next for you? What is it you're preparing for? What is it you're willing to believe? In the oneness of love, we'll meet again. Peace and blessings. Take a deep breath. Dear friends above and below, to the left and right, before, behind, within, and all around, peace and blessings. We love you so. Namaste. Okay. Well, thank you. We'll do that. Yeah, that's about right. Good. So, thanks for my 1 viewer, and maybe I'll have some more on YouTube. And thank you for helping me get this started, Spirit. And thank you, Google Hangouts. And I hope you all have a great day. Again, Lou Martin, or if you Google me at Lightheart 2012, you'll find meditations and channelings. And I hope you'll give me a chance to work with you at some point in a session if that serves you. Okay, thank you very much. Peace and blessings. Namaste.